Hello. Thank goodness you're here. Santa needs your help to solve his Christmas hats and socks dilemma. He has a box containing 20 woolly hats and 56 Christmas socks. But unfortunately, there are not enough hats and socks to keep all of his elves and reindeer warm enough to play out in the snow. Can you help him work out how many elves and how many reindeer will be able to wrap up warm and play in the snow? Pause the video while you think of a way to help Santa solve this problem. And just press play to work through the helpful hints if you need them. You can always pause the video again if you would like a longer thinking time to work through any ideas. Here's helpful hint 1. Let's look at what we already know and what we need to find out. Well, we know that there are 20 woolly hats and 56 Christmas socks, and we want to find out how many elves and how many reindeer can be kitted out. So, where should we start? We can solve the problem by drawing it out. But what if there were so many hats and socks that it would take too long to draw? How could we write it out as a calculation? Let's take a closer look. From the question, we know there are 20 hats and 56 socks. But we also know that elves have 2 feet and reindeer have 4 feet. How can we use this information to help us write our calculation? We could start with the number of hats and multiply it by 2 to calculate the minimum number of socks needed. Remember, elves have 2 feet, so we'll need 2 socks each. To work out how many socks are left, we then need to subtract this answer from 56, the number of socks we started with. And finally, we need to share out the remaining socks, 2 at a time, to calculate how many reindeer there are. So, 20 hats multiplied by 2, then subtracted from 56 socks, and finally divided by 2 equals 8 reindeer. How can we convert this into an algebraic formula? We can convert this into an algebraic formula by simply substituting the 56 for S to represent the number of socks, the 20 for H to represent the number of hats, and 8 for R to represent the number of reindeer. In the same way, we can write one calculation to work out how many elves there are. Pause the video while you give it a go. As we demonstrated earlier, once we have calculated the number of reindeer, all that is left is to subtract this answer from 20 to find out how many elves there are. And we can convert this into an algebraic formula by substituting the letters H and S for the number of hats and socks to calculate E for the number of elves. Now it doesn't matter how many hats or socks there are, because we can use our algebraic formulae to calculate how many reindeer and how many elves there might be. So, if Santa has a box containing 20 woolly hats and 56 Christmas socks, then we have worked out there will be 8 reindeer and 12 elves who can play out in the snow. Now you know how to solve this type of problem. What if Santa's box contained 26 woolly hats and 84 Christmas socks? How many elves and how many reindeer would be able to play in the snow now? Try working this one out on your own. How did you do? If Santa had a box containing 26 woolly hats and 84 Christmas socks, then 16 reindeer and 10 elves would be able to go out and play in the snow. I hope you enjoyed this Christmas puzzle. Santa is very grateful for all your help and wishes you a very Merry Christmas.